brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BV Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bvmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bvmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Doug Stewart here to tell you about my man Smooth at smoothtickets.com. Smooth's got the tickets for everything that you need in the world of sports, concerts, or theater. I don't care what it is. I don't care where it's at in this great land of ours. My man Smooth at smoothtickets.com, he got them tickets. I'm telling you, boxing, baseball, NBA, NFL, country music concerts, hard rock, hip-hop, theater, Broadway, he's got them all. And if he don't have them, there ain't none. I'm telling you, smoothtickets.com. Once again, that's smoothtickets.com, or give them a call at 404-374-1150. Once again, that's 404-374-1150. You got to tell them, though, that I sent you. You got to tell them that Doug Stewart sent you. Once again, smoothtickets.com. That's smoothtickets.com. Yeah!
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt, specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
Right about now.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Man Talk Monday. Falcons go down, man, in horrible, horrible fashion, 33-30. 42-yard field goal for the Chargers at the end of that thing yesterday. They rallied from 17 points down. I think I said 21 earlier. I think they scored 21 unanswered points on yesterday. Beating the Atlanta Falcons, man, 33-30. Denzel Perryman, ball award to him. First ball award of the day goes to linebacker Denzel Perryman. I guess his mama was a fan of Denzel, the actor, and called that boy Denzel. But he didn't act like anything yesterday. He was a madman on the field, man. Crazy, crazy game. Made the big tackle where the Falcons went for it on fourth and won in overtime. Stopped the Falcons dead in their tracks. He had a big game all game long. Matt Ryan yesterday, he does go over 200 yards passing, which is a record. We'll talk about that more in a second. But all in all, man, it just felt like that the Falcons started out hot, and that like the Falcons had been playing for the last, really the entire season. And then it just fell apart in the second half. No adjustments, it seemed like. It seems like the San Diego Chargers had all the adjustments. And so it was a very, 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 very tough pill to swallow if you're an Atlanta Falcons fan. Key plays made all day long, once again, by Denzel Perryman. Had the tackle where the Falcons went for it on 4th and 1 once again within Devontae Freeman, which, you know what, and everybody's talking about Dan Quinn's, the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons, decision to go for it on 4th and 1, and he says afterwards that he just had a hunch. He had a gut feeling that they could pick up that yard. Dan Quinn has done a lot of this. So you kind of got to take the good with the bad, the sweet with the sour. He's done a lot of this where it's been successful. And yesterday, to be honest with you, if you saw some of those runs that Devontae Freeman had, man, they were gashing the defense of the San Diego Chargers to a large degree. So getting a yard on that side of the field, very, very questionable. But if he would have got it, then everybody would have been singing his praises today. And it was only 1 yard. The problem with that, man, is I think in those plays, those type of situations, you kind of got to go with the numbers. You kind of got to go with the numbers more so than, as Dan Quinn put it, he had a gut feeling. Because the Falcons are a better team. I think most people would say, and not most people, I think everybody would say that the Falcons are a better team than the San Diego Chargers. Now, there's parity in the league to the nth degree, and everybody drafts. Everybody has the same ability to pick up free agents or whatever. It's what you do with it. But the Falcons this year have played like a better football team. So if you extend the game, numbers probably say that the Falcons should have won that game if they would have punted the ball, made a defensive stop, got the ball back to kick the field goal and won the game or scored a touchdown. But that wasn't the case yesterday. Phillip Rivers was hot as fish grease in the second half, and Dan Quinn said that kind of played into his mindset and going for it. I'm not mad, I guess, on a Monday. You got to give the Chargers a lot of credit. And the Falcons, you got to give them a Buster Award, man. Very, very tough loss for the Atlanta Falcons on yesterday. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts, man? 5 San Diego players also raised their clenched fist as the protest during the national anthem continued on yesterday throughout the NFL. Standing together on San Diego sideline, offensive lineman DJ Fluker, Chris Hairston, Joe Barksdale, and linebacker Joshua Perry. Not one player for the Atlanta Falcons did not stand. So I'm going to give a ball award to these Charger players, man, who continue the protest started by Colin Kaepernick. Once again, Matt Ryan passed for 273 yards for his NFL record 46th consecutive game with more than 200 yards passing. He threw a 17-yard scoring touchdown to Jacob Tamme in the first quarter. Tevin Coleman continues to have issues with injuries as he gets 64 yards rushing, including a 30-yard touchdown run, before leaving with a hamstring injury. He's been nicked up ever since he got to Atlanta. Flashes of brilliance, but he just can't stay healthy. It's either a groin or an Achilles or a hamstring or something like that. The running back from Indiana, but he goes out yesterday as well. So we'll keep our eyes on that story. What are your thoughts about the Atlanta Falcons, man? What's your thoughts about your team yesterday and what they did in the NFL? There was a lot of bad football. Culminating last night, I'm going to give a Buster Award to the Arizona Cardinals and the Seattle Seahawks. A tie. They don't score a touchdown. How the hell you play an NFL game and you don't score a touchdown? The first time that's happened since 1972, where an offensive touchdown isn't scored, as they tie last night. So a lot of very questionable football played this weekend in the NFL. I'm reading these stories on what's wrong with the NFL. Ratings are down right now, and everybody's got these, this reasoning on why the league is seemingly down. The play isn't as good as it should be. You can point a finger at the fact that they've got these new rules, the practice times, the collective bargaining agreement that the players have with the owners where they only practice a certain amount of time. But it just feels like that there's something wrong with football this year. Like something's a little bit off kilter, and I think really punctuated by what happened last night between Seattle and the Arizona Cardinals. I love good defense just as much as the next man, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, but it seems like something is a wee bit off. Let's put it like that. From Texas Tide in the chat room on Spreaker.com, he says, Southern Bell Magazine happens to be the campus newsletter of South Carolina State. That's not true, Texas Tide. Come on, Texas Tide. I expect better from you, Texas Tide. I mean, you're a noble guy. Big Apple Bastard owes you some money. Stop putting out in the atmosphere that propaganda stuff. No, that's not the case. From Miss Mocha Bella, Douglas made sure we saw his SCSU on Facebook Live. You better believe it. You damn right. What else am I supposed to do? From Griff, he says, check out GHOE this Saturday. Check us out, Aggie Pride, North Carolina A&T, and TSU. I mean, y'all all right for homecoming. But y'all ain't South Carolina State. Y'all ain't South Carolina State from Loose Neck, love my HBCU pride. I'm sorry. I think he went to Southern. He says Southern Bell Magazine had Hillman and Mission College rated number 2 and 3. Oh, I didn't know that. From Jermaine Frederick Hines, Phillip Rivers been doing it since North Carolina State. Man, Phillip Rivers, and I told a story last week about how I kind of grew up rooting for the San Diego Chargers because there was a guy from my area, not just my hometown, but like grew up within a mile and a half from my house in Oakley, South Carolina, that played for the Chargers. And it's kind of depressing. He just passed Dan Fouts, I'm sorry. He just passed Dan Fouts for the all-time, yards thrower for the San Diego Chargers, passing Dan Fouts. I didn't know how I felt about that because obviously Fouts was the man. I loved Dan Fouts growing up, man. And for him to pass him, like in my mind, and Dan Fouts is a Hall of Famer. In my mind, Phillip Rivers is a good quarterback, but he's not Dan Fouts. Like, I guess technically, he's the best quarterback in San Diego Chargers history. Will Phillip Rivers make it to the Hall of Fame? I don't think so. I don't think I would put Phillip Rivers in the Hall of Fame right now. A lot of disappointing years and disappointing games as well. They always had this, this air about, they're going to be this team that's going to challenge in the AFC West, and it never really happens since he's been there. But man, he puts that ball, man, in a perfect spot. I mean, it's incredible to watch his throwing motion once again. It's very, very fluky, but damn, it's effective. Ball award to Phillip Rivers, man, on the come-from-behind win yesterday, beating the Falcons. Let's see, from Griff, the Great Southern Bell Magazine. Yes, sir. Shouts out to the Great Southern Bell Magazine. See, what people don't realize, and I should go and look and see if I can find the exact criteria they use. What some people don't realize, and I'll probably say this on the video today, so check out the video. I'm going to do a video today. They just don't talk about, how many people are at the game. Now, we have a ton of people at our game. I would say over average, all right? Because if you did just that, then, yeah, it would probably be A&T. A&T got like over 10,000 students. At South Carolina State right now, we have right at 3,000 students. When I was there, we had over 5,000 students. So if you're just talking about the crowd, then yeah, but that's not what they're doing. They're talking about the crowd. They're talking about the atmosphere. They're talking about how live it is. They're talking about the tailgate. They're talking about the barbecuing, the alumni participation, the step shows, the parties, everything that goes around with it. And they put it all in a pot and they stir it up. And when they stir it up and they poured it out in a bowl, they came up with South Carolina State University. Don't hate, congratulate. Yeah. If your band suck, they take away a couple of points. If your football team ain't won a game since 1975, they take away a couple of points. Yeah. That's all. If they add points, they take away points. South Carolina State's win championships in the MEAC. We got the March in 101. Our tailgate is on fleek. All of the alumni come back. Go to hashtag TUHE. That's the ultimate homecoming experience. Hashtag TUHE. And you will see how we did it this weekend. Yes. Old Jive Turkey's hating. Stop hating. Congratulating. Start that. Southern. North Carolina A&T. North Carolina Central. Ain't nobody studying y'all, man. Back in 3 minutes. Ain't nobody care about what y'all do around there.
Are you ready? Are you ready? It's your girl, Miss Spicy, host of Spicy Conversations. Join me every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern on Spreaker.com for some late night talk. I hope you're ready. Spicy Conversations.
The sleeper pick. The guy only you believe in.